And this November, we will come together and declare with one voice, as one people, we are moving forward.
That is the message that Vice President Kamala Harris gave voters during a surprise speech during night number 1 of the Democratic National Convention. We'll recap night 1 of the DNC, plus who we expect to hear from later this week. All that coming up.
And Commissioner and mayoral candidate Rene Gonzalez is being accused of misusing his campaign money. We break down where the original complaint came from.
And we've also been talking about donuts this morning here on the Sunrise Show.
Yeah.
Mochi donuts, to be more specific. Mikiko Mochi Donuts, a brand new spot for them out in Beaverton. They just opened up on Southwest Orbit Street. As we've mentioned throughout the morning, this is just about a mile west of downtown Beaverton. Open every day of the week, 12 hours a day, 7 in the morning until 7 at night. The workers working hard on this Tuesday morning, getting those mochi donuts ready for customers. Hopefully, we've got our fingers crossed here. Eric Patterson brings a few back for the Sunrise crew. Kicking off the 6 o'clock hour of the Sunrise Show this morning. No Chris McGinnis, but look who is back.
Yeah, we're back.
He's back.
We have rain for some of you. Here it is on the radar this morning to get your Tuesday rolling. It's a wet drive on and off if you're traveling up I-5 to Seattle this morning. Stories had some rain, Kelso Longview some rain, heavier rain pockets, it looks like, building near I-5 up toward Seattle. And we think that the line of this action doesn't really change much. The disturbance is pushing inland across central Washington. So if everything holds the way we think it will, Portland will be dry. Now it's close enough that don't be shocked if we see a shower pop out ahead of what is the main movement of rain. It's a pretty morning out there in terms of the fact we have some breaks in the cloud cover and a little early sunrise color from the Wells Fargo Tower. 61, temps kind of where they have been. Winds are light. We'll have a partly to mostly cloudy day here in Portland moving forward. 69 degrees at noon. Temperatures stay comfortable at 78 degrees for a high. Rain chances pick up in the coming days. We'll have that in your 7-day forecast.
All right, thank you, Rod. We also have some breaking news we're covering here this morning. It's a traffic alert. A portion of West Powell Boulevard is closed right now in Gresham because of a fatal accident. Gresham police posted the update about this on their Twitter page roughly 30 minutes ago now. West Powell is closed between Northeast Wilson and Southwest Florence as Gresham police continue to investigate that crash. Today is day 2 of the Democratic National Convention. Day 1 of the DNC filled with a lot of speeches from top Democrats, all pushing for Vice President Kamala Harris to win the White House in November. That includes speeches by President Joe Biden, who endorsed Harris after dropping from the race just about a month ago now.
In his speech, Biden talked about his decision to leave the race and his support of Harris. Take a listen.
It's been the honor of my lifetime to serve as your president. I love the job, but I love my country more.
Harris also delivered a surprise speech last night ahead of Biden's keynote address.
With optimism, hope, and faith, so guided by our love of country, knowing we all have so much more in common than what separates us, let us fight for the ideals we hold dear, and let us always remember, when we fight, we win. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Good night, everyone.
Looking ahead tonight, the Obamas are expected to speak. Vice presidential nominee Tim Walz is set to take the stage tomorrow. Then Harris will begin again on Thursday. And coming up in our next half hour of Sunrise, we'll hear reactions from local delegates at the DNC following last night's speeches.
We have some local political news this morning as well. Portland's Elections Division has opened an investigation into a complaint that alleges Commissioner Rene Gonzalez violated city campaign finance laws. The official complaint came from a local civic engagement nonprofit called Portland for All. It alleges that Commissioner Gonzalez, who's also running for mayor of Portland, used public money to edit his Wikipedia page. In a statement, the organization said, quote, Gonzalez not only spent city funds to shape his public image, he clearly did so to benefit his candidacy. The nonprofit added it believes those contributions do not comply with city and state regulations around the use of public money. The Oregonian first reported news about the Wikipedia page changes earlier this month. At the time, Gonzalez's office told us it was about managing his, quote, public profile. They hired a vendor to help out, and the funding came from his office's budget, specifically the portion for communications and staff education. A spokesperson with the Gonzalez campaign called this investigation a, quote, politically motivated attack by extremists tied to fringe candidates.
Governor Tina Kotek was in Almsville yesterday visiting a company that's building replacement mobile homes in an effort to help the community recover from the 2020 wildfires. These homes.
Oregon knows how to make things. We have a housing crisis. We should be making homes here for Oregonians who need them. So that's why I've been pushing for our modular manufactured home developers here to be able to have the capacity to do as many as possible.
So these homes are headed for the Mackenzie Lazy Days mobile home and RV park in Lane County, which was destroyed by the Holiday Farm fire during her tour. Like you heard, Kotek stressed the importance of not only building new homes in Oregon, but also keeping the manufacturing process local. The modular mobile homes will be ready after some electrical and plumbing work. The organization that runs Oregon Bottle Drop is matching up to $50,000 in donations made through Bottle Drop now through September 30th to benefit wildfire relief. This year, an estimated 1.4 million acres of Oregon land burned across our state. That's more than any other year on record. To pitch in just to redeem your bottles at one of the 27 full-service locations and ask that the money go to Oregon wildfire relief.
We're hearing from a single mother of 3 who lost her Southeast Portland home to a fire. Her name is Quenisha Taylor. She was out getting dinner with her 11-month-old last Wednesday. When she came back home, her house was on fire. Her other 2 children were with family at the time, so everyone is okay this morning. But Taylor says everything that she owned was either burned or ruined by smoke. And what's worse, she does not have renter's insurance.
My goal is to find somewhere before they start school, but if not, like, I'll be patient. I'm just blessed that me and him was in the fire, so.
Right now, Taylor told us she's staying with family until she can get back on her feet. Fire crews are still investigating how this fire started, but Taylor's family thinks it has something to do with the AC unit. If you'd like to help out, there is a GoFundMe set up for Taylor and her children. We have a link to that GoFundMe at KGW.com.
A close call for people living in a Northwest Portland apartment complex after an electric scooter's battery exploded and burst into flames yesterday morning. The scooter was parked in an interior hallway when the battery ignited. Luckily, the sprinkler system and firefighters were able to put out the flames before they could spread. Now, there was some damage to the hallway, but no one living in the building was displaced.
Portland Fire and Rescue is looking for the person in this truck that they say damaged Fire Station 25 in Southeast Portland. A surveillance camera, you see it right here, that's set up across the street from that station, recorded this video just before 2 a.m. yesterday morning. It shows the driver of a pickup go past the station, then back up, turning up the driveway and into the garage. Portland Fire says it looks like a white Ford pickup with possible damage on the passenger side. They also said repairs were needed to get that garage door running normally again.
All right, check this out. Many people around the world saw the supermoon last night. That's when a full moon inches a little closer than usual to Earth, making it appear slightly bigger and brighter in the sky. Now, this usually happens only 3 or 4 times a year. Unfortunately, it was pretty cloudy in our area, so you might not have been able to see it. Rod Hill, were you tracking that? Did you know that was happening? Of course you did. You're Rod Hill.
I read the press release. Yes, I did. By golly. So the moon was full back over the weekend, but of course you get to see, you know, it's near full for several days. And I can't remember which evening it was. My wife and I noticed it, and it was absolutely gorgeous. Of course, we are cloudy this morning. I saw a little bit of the moon when I was driving in between some of the clouds. The big story we're tracking right now is all this rain. It's holding on a line for the most part north of Tillamook, right around Kelso Longview, and then north to Seattle. And this line is not expected to budge much. But realize, so Portland, there's at least a chance of a shower in the forecast because the dry, wet line, if you will, is pretty close. But if you are traveling northward, driving up to Seattle this morning, you will find that rain. So far, it's been dry. Down in Lincoln County, here's Lincoln City from Chinook Winds Casino Resort. We've had rain showers up in Cannon Beach, Astoria, Gearhart, and up in the Long Beach this morning. Expecting partly cloudy skies to develop in Newport and Lincoln City and Depot Bay today. Here's a pretty shot from the Wells Fargo Tower looking off to the northeast. The early sunrise colors breaking in between the clouds. 61 is the current temperature outside. Early morning numbers, 57 in Forest Grove. Good morning to you. It's also 57 in Gresham. And here comes 57 degrees in Salem as well. The weather map for today, partly to mostly sunny central eastern areas, highs up to about 80. Smoke continues to kind of lay down with the cooler weather pattern that we've had. Then you've got the rain, again, traveling north up to Seattle. No rain chance in Salem or Albany, where temperatures will be around 79 degrees. Now, our 7-day, scattered shower chances pick up in Portland tomorrow. Rain at times Thursday. The wettest day could be Friday, but we still have a good chance of rain Saturday. And then Sunday, Monday, dry out. All right, you know this guy, right? Here he is. Mr. Roker is 70 years old today, and they're having a big birthday party for him, of course, on the Today Show following sunrise this morning. I had a chance to meet Al when he was in town at the Chinese Garden some years back and got to shake his hand, and he was the same nice gentleman that you see on TV every morning. So we're going to zip from our area to New York City. You can see some rain moving off. For Al's birthday, the forecast in New York is partly cloudy, and get this, 78 degrees, which is the same forecast high that we have here in town. You just can't compete with this smile. Nobody can. Happy birthday, Mr. Roker. We'll see you on the Today Show coming up after sunrise.
I think that your smile is comparable, Rod Hill, for sure. All right. Nice birthday shout out there by Mr. Hill for Mr. Roker. Meanwhile, we get back to some news headlines here. This story coming up on Sunrise, an Oregon-based group fighting a potential new tax on corporations, how much it's raised to keep the proposal off the ballot this November.
The KGW School Supply Drive is going on right now. You can donate at the register of any Safeway or Albertsons stores. Your donations stay local and support your neighborhood school district. You can also drop off your supplies in person this Wednesday right here at KGW. And you can also donate used computers, tablets, and laptops. Free Geek will securely clean and wipe the devices and will donate the school supplies there. We want to thank On Point Community Credit Union, Safeway, and Rick's Custom Fencing for everything they're doing to make this year's supply drive a success.